coming to you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and Atlanta, Georgia. This is United Fan Zone with Sean Gregg and Mikey Douglas.
Well, welcome to another show of the United Fan Zone. Disappointing loss at the weekend. How do you feel about it, Mikey?
I mean, normal. This it's the second game of the season. I'm not gonna overreact. I'm not gonna call for anybody's job. It just is what it is, man. We didn't play well for a good stretch of the game. I really only gave us. I really after rewatching, I give us about really like 30 minutes of us playing pretty good. I feel like we got figured out kind of quickly, and then got overran. And like I said, I'm not tripping over this game. I am. What I am tripping about is how fickle people are, how fickle people can be.
Yeah.
This fan base is weird.
Yeah, I just, I want to start off with, I want to definitely touch on that because it's something that I noticed this weekend also. But I want to kind of touch on, with the fall, obviously we didn't play well. We'll break that down in a little bit. But how do you think we can respond this weekend with Liverpool?
So the thing with this game, it's every game is going to be different. Okay. No. Every game could be different, right? Every game could be like this Liverpool game is going to be different. It's going to be way tougher. We might have less of the ball with Liverpool, but the way we respond is how we played in the first game, right? We played keeping the ball, bringing the ball up high, bringing our defenders up high, and just recycling possession and keeping the pressure on Liverpool and not giving them a chance to breathe. There's going to be chances where they have to come back to score, nullifying their ability to score, also putting out fires before they start, some strong midfield play and intensity. The press has to be consistent. And that's the thing where I think Man United fall off. When we stop pressing and we through the game, for whatever reason, maybe instruction or fatigue, I feel like half a part of our game plan goes out the window. Then there's the idea of like our midfield needs to keep its shape.
Yeah.
We need to keep our shape. I mean, the whole team does. But the midfield needs to keep its shape. We can't keep getting overrun like this. Also, we're still waiting on our some of our weapons to come back, right? We need Luke Shaw in the game. Hard to say, crazy to say. We're waiting for Ugarte to be there so we don't have to worry about playing at Casemiro or that Kobe can have the help that he needs. And we can't take out a Bruno. It's sad, but Bruno has to play. Like, unless we got it wrapped up, Bruno has to play. And when we're chasing a W, I don't think we take out one of the best midfielders in Europe. Yeah, I said it. One of the best midfielders in Europe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was going to say, I
with that,
absolutely agree. I don't know
yeah.
why they took him out. It was absolutely insane. For me, it seems like we took him out to give, um, McTominay a farewell 20 minutes or whatever he came on for. And yeah, absolutely, I believe it cost us the game.
Yeah, because like nobody can replicate. I was arguing with somebody today, like about Bruno and Odegaard, right? And they were telling me like, oh well, I think if going forward, Odegaard is just a better player. And I'm like, bro, do you know how much goal involvements Bruno has? Him going forward, yeah. Does Bruno try some things sometimes and they don't come off? Yes. Every midfielder does that, bro. I don't know if guys are just playing FIFA and they're just expecting every time you touch the ball, it needs to go to another player seamlessly. He's not going to do that every time, bro. But when you put McTominay on, it's going to happen because it's just something with him being able to pass and do things as dynamically as Bruno. It's hard. It's a tough ask. It's a tough ask to ask most human beings on this planet, right? So yeah, he goes off. The attacking edge drops. We're not as sharp. We're not as uh, 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 um, on it as we could be, and we paid the price. Now, us defending is a whole nother deal. I thought we'd be better defending, but I think it's just one slip up. But what I'm noticing is that these guys are ball watching, man.
Hmm.
They're watching the ball to see where it goes and not to see where a man is. Look at the ball, look around you so you can see. You could take a second,
Yeah.
survey the area, look at the ball in relation to where you are to where a man is.
Hmm.
Just that quick. It's that's all you need to do, especially when you're in those danger areas. The man in front of the ball, that's his. He looks at the ball. He looks at the player. He's the one covering whoever it is at that moment, right? Before the ball goes into the air, your job is to try to block that or nullify that before it happens. But everybody else that's around the goal needs to be picking up a person, putting a body, and feel it like feeling around to see where people are.
Yeah.
At least, there's no reason that a man should be open on that other side right there. If you're
Which drives
talking,
me crazy. I don't know if you saw it, but Casemiro moved right out at that point 2 seconds before that header went in. He ran out of the box to go into like the midfield area, and unfortunately he kind of just missed it. Just a few comments. Casey Gale. First, we got to change the lineup versus Liverpool. Absolutely, the lit needs to start 110% on this one. I don't know how you can start Mazzari in defense when he's had the same amount of time to train as Delit, and he started 2 games. Looks like we drop off with the energy when it comes to the press. We do, and we 100% drop off on the press. And I don't care what anyone says. Anyone that says Mason Mount is not a good player is insane because the minute he came off, our press disappeared. So I don't know what to say about that, but at the end of the day, you're clearly watching a different game than something I've been watching since 1987 because he completely drops off. Um, Ben983 says yo, and Casey says it looks like we drop off with. Oh, he deleted his message. Retracted. He deleted his message.
yeah,
But
you have to think about that shit.
yeah, the good news is we're not going to see that anymore. We're not going to see McTominay coming off, coming on, should I say, for Bruno. It looks like it's time for McTominay, to say farewell and go to Napoli. I like how these people that say, "Oh, he loves the club," but he's not leaving until he gets a payout. So, how much do you love the club? Really, you love the club, but you want your payout. So it just goes to show he's like any other player, and he wants his payout. So it's just funny to me that all these people that say how much these players love the club, but the minute it's time for them to leave. And the worst part about it is it looks like he's brought into the Napoli system. He wants to play under Conte, but he doesn't want to leave Man United until he gets his payout. So how much does he really love his club?
I mean, for those people that are saying that, right? Those people that are saying, "Oh, he loves the club" and blah blah blah. Like, this still is a job, right? It still is a job, and Man United has him under contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna get his money, which I'm not mad at that. But stop conflating
Hmm.
wanting to stay at your job to love for something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Manchester United. You want to be here. You've been here for 20 years of service to the club. But let's not get it confused. You're not leaving to better us or for and it'd be crazy to ask anybody to do that. It'd be
Yeah.
crazy to but don't conflate those two things and think, oh, he's such a servant. He wants to no, he wants his bag on the way out, as he should. He
Yeah.
should want that.
Absolutely. Casey saying on our final goal, what bothers me, there were 8 guys between the crosser and the guy who received the cross. 8 guys, and not one of them took the initiative to scan the back post. You're right. It also comes down to Casemiro there because Casemiro was supposed to be there. I'm not disagreeing with you at all because you're absolutely correct. But Casemiro should never have ran out that back spot right there and run out. Anthony should have got that ball, but it's if and buts. You know what I mean? Um, Ben makes a good point. Club lovers are a rare breed now.
Yeah, cause like the thing is like this club loving thing is weird. Cause it's like the minute that you're not useful to the club, you're gone.
Yeah,
You're gone. So you shouldn't love anything that is one way. You
yeah,
should. I'm not, but I'm not gonna fool myself to believe that McTominay's gonna leave and not leave money on the table. That guy has a family to provide for, just like all of us do.
Yeah,
So
there's a little difference between providing for a family when you're on 200 grand a week than when you're on $28 an hour. I still get
that's
the
what you
point.
say. That's what you say. That's what you
Well,
say.
if you want to live a certain lifestyle, then yes, so be it. Sanjeev says the same thing.
We're
You
talking
can love
about
you can love a club.
generational wealth here. We're not talking about $28 an hour. I want all my money so my
Yeah,
kids don't have to worry about it.
but my point is, if you love the club, right? That this you're a diehard Man United fan, you love the club. Then when you leave, I get your point that you want to you want your payout, but you're also hindering the club in the process by asking for that process, especially when you know Man United's situation right now. So you're still hindering the club no matter what. So I get the point where, like Sanjeev said, you can love a club but still want fair compensation. You've had fair compensation for the last 20 years, dude. If I loved Man United and that it was my time to leave, I wouldn't be asking for $8 million or whatever he's asking for to leave the club, because if I love the club, I would want them to be left in a better situation than when I was there. That's the way I look at it. If you love the club, you're not going to lose them, because that $8 million we could have gone and put towards a new player. That's just the way I look at things.
You leave, you go to Napoli, you tear your ACL, you're not the same player again.
Still going to get paid.
In a year or two's time, you're not playing football anymore, and you left 8 million on the table. Then you got to look out. You got to look out. You can't love nobody unless you love yourself.
I
So I
no,
got to look out.
yeah, I
I got
understand
to
both
look out.
ways of
Yeah.
looking at things.
Yeah, I definitely understand both ways, 100%. But at the same time, if you can't do it, they're gonna find a replacement for you.
Mhm.
So you could love something, but don't love it so much that it's gonna be at the detriment of yourself. Get your money, but don't act like you're just this lover of the club, like
Yeah.
uh, that you'll leave for free. You won't do that, and I don't think anybody should ask you to do that.
No. It's just,
Nobody.
I've just been so used to being like teams. You wouldn't have heard of this 5 years ago, 6 years ago, of people asking for a payout to leave the club from an early contract. But again, from what I'm hearing, this is also on Manchester United, not just Scott McTominay or Aaron Wan-Bissaka. From what I'm hearing is, in the last year of their deal, if they were to extend their deal by one more year, Manchester United allowed them to put a contract in there that they would get paid half of that money. So I can see why the players do it. It is also on Manchester United also. So, but the good thing is the rod is out. We've got rid of 12 people this year. I think 12 people this year. I
Hey
think our hope.
Casey,
Huh?
Hannibal's gone.
Hannibal's gone too. I know Casey's not going to like that too much.
Woo!
We got a lot of comments here. Beto, when you turn to the right, the voice volume goes down. Is you talking to me there?
It's probably me.
Oh, is it you? It might be
I
me
don't know.
too. I got the new mic, so I'm just testing it out. It might be me a little bit. I'll try and keep my head central, but my mouth a little bit to the side.
Whoa.
You're not hindering the club. You're hindering your own career. That's from Casey. Not even Barcelona as much as though because PK left money on the table along with Busquets and a few others. Frankie de Jong, though, he wants his money on Monday. I get the Frankie de Jong situation, though, because they owe him 2 years of back pay. So I
Yeah,
get why he wants his
and
money.
it's different at Barcelona. Barcelona needs their money.
Yeah.
They need it. So them leaving the money there is doing a favor for the club that they came up under and won so much under.
Yeah.
There's a difference when they need it. Like, hey, bro, you think you can look out and not take the rest of your money because, like, we're broke as hell. Hell, we can't even afford to really pay you either.
Well,
So,
who's that new player that they just signed? He couldn't play at the weekend because he couldn't get registered in time.
there's a difference.
Let's still go nuts. Beto is saying if McTominay and Ericsson leaves, Amrabat is in. That's something I would like to see in Amrabat as a backup to Ugarte, or even as for the Mount or situation. Yeah, Hannibal gone, but he deserves to be gone. I love the kid, Casey Gale.
Yeah.
Ben
That's fair.
says you got to leave for free, but it's like a massive buyout can be used to cripple transfer money, in my opinion. That transfer money could is crippling that transfer money. That 8 million or whatever he's asking for could be used again to buy Amrabat. But again, I get your situation. It's on Man United and it's also on McTominay too. There,
Now it's
Dan.
his attitude. You guys love this attitude thing. We don't know these guys, right? We don't know him. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and I'm sure it's his agent that's like, "Hey, get that money, bro. Don't leave without that money. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
will say
don't."
though this with McTominay, he's always had a great attitude. This is the only time I've ever heard anything from McTominay. Not like he's going out drinking or anything. Then again, so did Ryan Giggs, and look what happened after his career. So, he had a perfect career. No one ever heard a beep out of him.
We had a serial alcoholic that died drinking
Okay.
himself to death.
Oh, I get it. Beto saying
And managed to play really good for us. You know who that guy is?
yeah, yeah, we know who that guy is. Beto's saying the Seville coach is the one that said Hannibal has an attitude, not McTominay. So he wasn't referring to McTominay; he was talking to Hannibal.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I once again, if some people don't mesh, so I don't know what that really means.
Yeah.
But I just know he wasn't performing for us, and he couldn't get into the team, so he got to go. I don't know him enough to be like. I don't like the attitude thing. I'm not a fan of that because sometimes it has negative connotations that has nothing to do with football. So I try to stay away from that a little bit to be like, what am I seeing on the pitch? Am I not seeing performances? Are you not getting into the team? Do we not have a plan for you? Okay, boom, you got to go. But
just to go back onto the player from Barcelona, Reginald Darnold said it was Danny Olmo.
Yeah,
that's the player they got this weekend. They couldn't register him in time, so he couldn't play. So it's a crazy situation over there. But what are we thinking with Liverpool this weekend? Who do you take out? Who do you put in? Do we keep the false nine? Do we play Zerski from the beginning and put him up front? What's your thoughts for the weekend?
I want to see. I don't want to play this false nine anymore.
Mm-mm.
I want to see our backup striker
Mm.
play 90 minutes. Now people are saying he's hurt, he's not well enough. But if that's the case, then false nine for sure. But if he's fit and he can play, I want to see him play the entire game or like a good chunk of the game, right? I want to see Bruno, right, being able to feed this kid in behind him in that 10 space. Now Bruno's not a 10 like traditionally, right? He is a 10, but he's not the traditional 10 because he's gonna go everywhere. He's gonna be everywhere. He's not staying in that space and waiting for the ball to wait to go forward to get the ball to do something, right? To feed somebody, to feed the front three. He's not doing that. So, but I would like to see how that's going to work and what it's going to look like going forward. Against Mount is out. No excuse to not play Xerxes if he's fit. Yeah, it is what it is. This Mason Mount thing with him being out, concerning, because
I'm hearing it's only a little knock though.
but
It is concerning.
You've been gone a lot. You've been gone a lot, and like you were gone before we had you. So you like, oh, is this what we paid for? Is this what we're gonna get now? And what is up with us and this thing? I don't know what it is. It's kind of scary to think. But I think keep the. I'm okay with the false nine. If, like I said, I'm okay with the false nine if Drzezinski isn't fit, 100%. Because it's like we play decent, but I only give us 30 minutes of good play until we just fall apart. We capitulate. We stop pressing. We stop being imaginative with the ball. We stop. And to all you guys that's saying that there's no style of play, to all of y'all, if you guys aren't watching the game, that's all it is. It's build out from the back, press, build out from the back, play the ball forward to the guys up top, and keep possession. That's the game. That is the game. Starts with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper plays it flat. He tries to play it wide if he can for the one-on-ones. He plays the ball flat, playing out the back. We progress as we progress the ball up. We progress our defense to the halfway line, and we recycle possession as we take chances on goal or outward just to find players in opportune positions on the wings. Fair enough. I think that's as fair as it goes, and it can be better. It can be better, but that's the style of play that we have.
Would you? I'm on. You know me. I've always been a defender of I think it's time they drop Rashford and put Garnacho on the left-hand side. First game, Rashford played a pretty decent game. I'm not going to say it was excellent. He played a decent game. The weekend, he was just terrible. There was a point where he skipped past the guy on the left. He was wide open on the left and could have took it all the way down the left and put the ball across. He ended up stopping the ball and coming back, tried to make some weird pass, and went straight to the defender. Rashford 2 years ago would have took that completely down the wing, put it on the inside and shot. But something's, again, is still not right with Rashford. And I think it's time that he understands that there's consequences to you being bad. We can't keep playing bad players. So I think it's time for Garnacho to come in on the left. I wouldn't play the false nine. I would play Zersky up front. And something I'm kind of looking forward to with those two is obviously Bruno's played a lot of up front recently. Zersky likes to drop back. So there's no reason why those two can't swap during the game. Because again, Zersky says he's a 9.5. Bruno's a 10, but Bruno's played up front. He's had some good shots on goal. So there's no reason why those two can't throughout the game. If Zersky drops back, Bruno's intelligent enough to know that Zersky's come back for him to go forward, and vice versa. There's no reason why that shouldn't be happening in the game and having a striker. Unfortunately, Zersky got on the wrong end of a really weird call last weekend. I don't blame him at all. At the end of the day, he's doing something that we haven't seen in years other than Rasmus Højlund do. Slide in for a cross, try to get on the end of the ball. At the end of the day, we could always say Garnacho could have put that a little bit more in the corner instead of trying to put it across back goal when he saw Zersky there. So at the end of the day, it was an unfortunate circumstance. I don't think it was either of their faults, but it is what it is. Defense, Casemiro, I think, played all right, other than that last at the end where he lost his marker and tried to run into midfield. So I'd keep the same midfield, but defense, De Ligt has to come in. De Ligt has to come in for this game. We saw at the weekend, Harry Maguire was just shocking. How he let that ball go across him was just unbelievable. Especially when we saw the week before where Martinez slid in and put the ball wide when he could have easily put it in, but you take that chance. You know what I mean? You gotta get it out. And he just let the ball roll right across him and ended up being a goal. Ten Hag ended up calling him out after the game, saying that it was his fault. But players have got to take responsibility. Maybe it's just his way of trying to get this guy to leave at the same time, like he's done with Jadon Sancho. I don't know, but those are my choices. I think Zersky comes in. I think we drop Rashford, put Garnacho in, and then De Ligt has to start the game. There's a huge difference between De Ligt and Maguire. I've liked the services. I think Ten Hag. I think Harry Maguire can do a job throughout the year. He's not going anywhere, but it's time to have De Ligt in. So.
Yeah, still it got to play. If he's fit, play him. I mean,
and I don't understand what he was doing. Why was he bringing De Ligt on in like the 80th minute?
he might not be fit, man.
Yeah, but he came on for 20 minutes in the game before. So if he's not fit, bring him on for 20 minutes, not 10 minutes, to bring his fitness up. The only way you get fit, you don't get fit. You get fit training, but you don't get match fit without playing games. And if you're bringing him on for 10 minutes, he's not going to get match fit.
But he probably thought Maguire could handle it, and but Maguire was playing so badly. It's like, damn, I gotta play this kid now because I still don't think he's fit. But Maguire's kind of stinking it up, and I really don't have a choice in the matter. Let me read some of these. Jordan Long, what's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Appreciate y'all, everybody watching. Thank you so much. Mount got subbed last game due to injury per Ten Hag. We got any updates on his fitness? Let's put a pin in that. We'll be right back to that. Xerxes doing what we want our number 9 to be doing, crashing. The box can't be mad at him. Yeah, I mean, that is a weird call. I thought in the second phase of play he's onside. But once again, I don't know what onside or offsides is. Rashford needs to get benched, says Beto. We can't afford to keep waiting for Rashford to get informed. You guys are starting to turn on Rashford. I love to see it. Mark Big Cheese in the building saying Bruno False 9 not working. Play your strikers. Yep. Big Ronaldo, shout out to you, bro. He's coming to my baby shower. Um, our wingers cannot wait passes to save their lives. Don't know if Rude can help that. Yeah. It's tough, bro. It's tough. It's tough. I definitely feel like if we play the nine, then we'll be better off. Especially against the Liverpool that's going to be surging.
Yeah,
That
right back
have
in the
that
middle.
have the defenders that can make stuff happen. We got a big boy that can pause. We got a big dude that can get in there and shake something up. I want to see it. I want to see that matchup. I want to see Kanate versus Xerxes. I want to see that.
Yeah,
That's a heavyweight fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I want to see if he can bang with them. Pause.
yeah.
But exactly, Sean. I didn't understand this timing when it came to the substitution. Make Liverpool his first start of speaker with delay. Let me say something right now. I'm not too worried about this game for Liverpool because we've come off of getting smacked up 2 times and then beating Liverpool.
Yeah,
So I'm not too worried. But I will say the minute we stop pressing, we're in trouble.
yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. And us pressing ended up with that Bruno shot from near the halfway line last year. So we need to press.
Got to make mistakes. Got to chase the what lost causes. You got that's how you, bro. I'm a sole believer in any sport. You got to put yourself in the position to get the rewards.
Yeah,
You got to. You're not gonna get a reward if you're not there. If you give up on everything that's a loss, that's a lost cause. Chase that ball down, going back to the goalie. Chase that ball down, going to the defender that you're not going to get to. You never know. That guy might have a lapse in judgment. He might not be able to survey the field and get a pass off that he thought because he didn't think you were going to come all the way over there. I need to see that. I need to see that extra oomph, that extra push to do something, even if it doesn't come off. And that's why I think Bruno. I've had my issues with Bruno, but that's why I think Bruno is a great player, and I've always wanted him to just take it up a little notch, right?
yeah,
Is because he will do those things. He does those dirty things like running that extra yard that we need. So everybody has to just follow Bruno, bro. If you can't do that, then you got to go. Because even Anthony does it. Anthony does it.
yeah.
He,
He
he's gonna. He is terrible when he gets the ball going down, and you know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna grift and get back.
yeah. So yeah, like you're right. Anthony does it when he's on the right. He comes back and he always tries to get back. He did it the weekend. Like he tried to make the tackle. Unfortunately, it doesn't. But at least he was one of the players actually trying to go towards a player and not towards the ball. I loved how everyone was calling it a basketball play with a layup. It was basically a layup. Everyone ran towards it. They laid it up. The head was in. But I do like touching back on what you said earlier. I do see progress in this team. I don't see, us playing the way we did last year. It's nice to see, obviously Mount's got a little niggle, but it's nice to see that we haven't seen some big injuries other than the Lenny Euro one. Um, Beto says, I think Anthony is our secret hope for left back this season. He is not a winger, he is a left back. I'm not quite sure I trust Anthony as a left back.
He can't defend.
Yeah,
That's
that's the problem. He can come back, but we saw at the weekend making that tackle was an issue. It ended up,
It's not like Valencia that
Mhm,
like
mhm.
he could come back and defend at times, right? It's like that guy cannot defend. He
Yeah,
like he could go and get the ball for you, maybe nick it off somebody, but like there's more to defending than just nicking the ball off a guy.
yeah. Like you've got to make sure you're. I no. If you want to make Anthony a left back, and you spend this year making Anthony a left back, but you can't just put him in there right now and just say he's going to be a left back.
Valencia was a great player. That's what I'm saying. Like Valencia can make that transition and play there for years, even though
Yeah,
we still needed a right back. He played there for many years and was pretty good at playing a position. But Anthony can't make that change. He just can't defend, and I don't see you changing that. I mean, hell, the guy can only use one of his feet, and he's what 20 something years old.
hey, he did make a good cross with his right foot this weekend.
Yeah. Listen, a dead clock's right twice a day, and the sun shines even on a dog's ass.
No, you're
So.
absolutely right. No, but that is something I want to see a lot more of Anthony this year when he does get his chances. I want to see him go down that right. I want to see him making those crosses. If he's going to get back anywhere near the team, he has to make that every single game instead of this cutting back on those left foot and then smashing it over for an extra point over the crossbar. Because at the end of the day, I can put the ball in the back of the net, once out of 100 times. So from that distance. Um, Anything else you want to kind of touch on? Any of the kind of how you see Ugarte coming in? Obviously, he's not going to be in for the Liverpool game, so he's going to have those 2 weeks at United doing some training, getting used to our system. Because I don't see a lot of our players going off to these friendlies. So
Um,
at least going to have 2 weeks.
I thought that I was hearing that the Ugarte deal was going to be over with the day after our last show.
Yeah.
But I've also seen that one of our execs they're boarding a flight to France.
Hmm.
Going to go. I think they're going to go wrap up that Ugarte deal. So yeah, got it wrong there. Can't always be the oracle. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I think it was due to the fact that we were both getting the same information that the deal was going to be done on a loan with obligation to buy, and now with Scott McTominay, going, we're now looking at it being a permanent deal. So I think that's what was holding it up, not so much you know the wrong information from the wrong people.
yeah, I'm happy for it. I would have loved to have. I don't know if what's today, Monday. If it could get done, it has to get done by what, Wednesday, in order for him to be able to play against
Yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, John Claude and Jason Wilcox were flying to Paris. I saw that on Stretford Paddock Twitter, and I was like, okay, well maybe they're gonna go and just finalize that, and hopefully they come back with him.
yeah,
I'm ready. I'm ready to. I feel like that signing will shore up the midfield.
yeah.
It'll
Absolutely.
shore up the midfield, and then that makes us worthy of greater things.
Yeah,
But until we do that, I don't see it. And also, we once we can get that under our belt, then the left back situation maybe can get the attention that it needs. Maybe for the future, maybe not for this season, but for the future, the left back situation could be addressed because
yeah.
we're, like Beto says, we're doubled up at every position except for left back.
With bringing the left back situation up, this horrible news that was coming out yesterday that Chelsea were interested in Sancho and potentially getting Chilwell as part of the deal. I was like, this guy's injury is more injury prone than Luke Shaw. Why would we even be looking at that? But from what I'm hearing today, that was never the thing. It was just rumors out there. People put rumors out there. So I'm glad that that's the way it is, because that would just be insane getting trying to get Chilwell. So
Yeah, just another hurt player.
yeah,
No thanks. Nah, you said I saw what you wrote first, Casey. You dirty. Shouts to Casey, man. Everybody shouts to Casey,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I'm very happy to see you posting, and I hope you could do tomorrow's show because I got a lot to say to you. But shouts to Casey, man. Recover strong, brother. We're gonna have to get you on some of this water and staying in the house a little bit. But
Hot
yeah,
out there.
man.
Hot out
Midfield.
there
We
in LA.
You know
Yeah, you
what?
need to be. It said it's hot out there in LA. You need to be on the water instead of the booze, man.
Yeah, man. You need to be keeping yourself inside, man. He said, "I'll be there tomorrow." Bet that. If you have to use a walker, I got a spare one here for you from when I messed up my hip, so I can give you that. But yeah, dog. I want that done. I want that done. And once the midfield is sorted out, I just don't want any more broken players at this club, bro. Speaking of which, I was talking to Sean before this.
Yeah.
People were talking about, and this is heavy talk. They're like, oh, we should go in and just go ahead and slap up Raheem, what's his name, Sterling.
Sterling.
So let's say Sanchez, Raheem Sterling, and just bring him over. He has experience. He's won everywhere, and he'll be able to help out these younger guys. And I'm like, bro, and this is some talk that a lot of people are saying now. Like, brother, I don't want Raheem Sterling at this club. That shouldn't even be a thought that a 29-year-old man that Chelsea is snubbing should come in and start at this club. That's insane.
To
But
be fair
this,
though, who isn't Chelsea
I mean, shoot, they won 6-2, so they get a chance to live it up a little bit. I mean, it was against Wolves, but still, do we win 6-2 against Wolves? Who's to say?
snubbing? Yeah.
Get Mudrick and money. No, we don't want Mudrick. He
No,
hasn't proven
if
himself there.
You give me Cole Palmer, I'll take it. But no, I don't want anyone else from that team other than Cole Palmer.
You give me Caicedo. I'll take Caicedo because he's half a player there. I think he's good there. Caicedo, Cole Palmer. Uh, that's it. That's as far as we go.
Yeah,
But I don't want to hear no more talk about Raheem Sterling. That's insane. The
and
guy played for Liverpool and City. You think he's gonna come to United? It's crazy.
no, from what I'm hearing today, though, Sancho, there's a plane ready for Sancho to go over to Italy, so it's more likely than not that he's going to Italy on a loan with an obligation to buy. We all know that. I think that was the last chance for him. United are not going to sit back and say, "Hey, we'll take another loan and pay all his wages." I think United are going to be pretty stern on this one. It's a loan with an obligation to buy, or he sits on the bench at Man United this year. But with that being said, do you with Ugarte coming in and the possibility of Ericsson leaving for 5 million, do you see it as maybe getting any more deals over the line by Friday?
Um, Not any major deal. Maybe some small.
Maybe like
You
Amrabat?
Yeah, like maybe that's the largest deal. I think so. I think I don't really see anything. I'm not really too pressed for the Amrabat thing, but it would be nice because I don't think Casemiro can do it. He can't be the backup, right? He can't be the backup for Ugarte because then we go right back to square one.
Especially with Ugarte's style of play. With, Ugarte likes to fly into tackles, so I'm going to say it here right now. He's going to get sent off this year. So you're right. Casemiro is going to have to come in and take over at that point. And if it's against one of those points where we're playing Liverpool, City, and Chelsea all in a row, it's going to be kind of difficult. So
If we're playing Sheffield Wednesday on league cup match, like yeah, go ahead, Casemiro, have a good time, enjoy that. But I would rather have as a backup. I'd rather have Amrabat. I would rather have him, coming in for the last 20 minutes of a game after Ugarte. Casemiro will be third choice, and he won't like that, and he'll want to leave, and
yeah,
that'll
he's
just
going
push
to.
him out the door, and that'll be great because he should have left this year.
Yeah.
No offense to him. I love that he's slim and he had a good first game, but I just think the game is past him now. And I think Amrabat's just the better player going forward. I don't think he's an overall better player before people want to clip stuff up. I don't think that. I just think, going forward, if you want a backup, a guy that's not going to be crazy and think that he should play every game, I think Amrabat's that dude. He sat patiently for a long time and he played in positions that he normally didn't. He normally doesn't, and he paid for it. His reputation took a hit for that. The minute we played him in this position, he was on, and he kind of brought us to the show.
Yeah.
So
Casey makes a good point here. He says that I know it's crazy, but I don't sleep on Rabiot's name coming back into the fold. I don't either. The only way that we can see Rabiot's name coming back into the fold is if he lowers his wages. The guy wants 350,000 a week. He's not going to get it, and he's not getting it anywhere. So unless he lowers those wages, he ain't going anywhere. But on the other point, if he does lower those wages, I can see United coming in for Rabiot.
Rashford's the only person that I'm willing to pay the wages that he's getting now. That's it.
Why
That's
is
the
that?
only person. That's only because he's getting it now. If it couldn't be a new deal and somebody else gets his wages, no.
No.
Rashford gets the highest wages only because he's the face of the club, right? He's the Manchester boy, the Withenshaw lad feeding the kids. Got you, 100%. And you played in 2 seasons ago. You gave us 30 goals for the first time in your life. Understood. But nobody else gets that here at Man United. That's a done deal. Unless you're just, unless you're Vinicius Jr., unless you're Rodrigo, Mbappe, one of them type of guys, you don't get 300 million, 300 a week
No.
at this club. No, they're gone are the days of that.
Yeah, I agree. Reginald Donald says we can't sell Casemiro. We're stuck until the end. Play him whenever Ugarte needs a breather.
That's Ronaldo.
Yeah. Ronaldo. It's R-E. Ronaldo.
REN is Ronaldo.
I know. I don't have my
Ronaldo.
glasses on, but I did see I did see Reginald, so I do apologize for that.
We're gonna
Ronaldo.
call you Reggie from now on, Ronaldo.
He apologized.
No,
Let me put
Rashford
my
is the
glasses
last
on. That
crazy,
might see a
crazy
little bit better.
contract for a while. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is, and that's it. We're not
Yeah.
doing that anymore, bro.
How much is Bruno on? No, Bruno deserves it. How much is Bruno?
I can look real quick.
Because I know he just got a new deal. But to be fair, he's the only person on that team that deserves to be on those high wages. Rashford doesn't. But at the end of the day, is
So him and Rashford are tied for on earnings as of April 2024 at 240 per week.
that's still not bad. That's
Yeah,
not
he's
bad. That's actually not bad at all for Bruno. To be honest with you. And
yeah, he's
I
one.
do like with the Bruno deal, we didn't give him a brand new deal. We just extended it. So when he's in his 30s, it's easier to get rid of. The old Man United would have gave him a new 5-year deal. We would have been stuck with him till he's 34 years old. Um, with all that, we're coming up with the winter break. This is going to be a great time to get some training in. The Lit's not going to obviously going to go to the Dutch squad. You're not Ugate's probably not going to. I don't know if Ugarte goes. I hope he doesn't. The last thing we need is Ugarte to go, to go to his country and get hurt. But unfortunately, it's Man United, so I can see that happening. I hope he doesn't go and he stays back and get some training in with Manchester United and get to learn the system. What are you expecting? Are you expecting a different Man United coming back out the winter, coming out of the international break?
Hopefully a lot of those guys can get some rest, and it's not like a priority thing
Yeah,
for them to do anything. I'm hoping we could get. Hopefully, we can hear some more news on Euro. Hearing we'll be a little bit closer. We'll be what a week, 2 weeks closer to see if he can get back. Yes, make sure everybody likes the video, please. I would love a nice like on this video. It'd be great. But yeah, get the likes up in there. But yeah, bro. I don't know if we're gonna see another team. I just want to see this what we do. I'm not even looking that far ahead. I just want to see what we do against Liverpool. Is this at Old Trafford? I'm not. I don't remember.
No, yeah, it's at is it Old Trafford? Yeah, it's at Old Trafford.
No. I think we need to do the business there, bro. We need to set the tone there and beat Liverpool. If it's 1-0, if it's 2-0, I would love to see a 2-0 win over Liverpool, no cap. I just think it that will make two losses this early in the season is kind of troubling.
If we lose to Liverpool, there's going to be major calls for his head, and there's already calls for his head. So, I want to see Man United play convincingly. At the end of the day, it's Liverpool. If it's a draw, it's a draw. But I want to see some convincing play from Man United. We've seen snippets of it. The first half of the weekend, I thought we played fantastic. They got that goal off the back of Maguire mistake, and then they started to take control a little bit. Obviously, we saw Mount come off, so the press fell off. I want to see Manchester United play 90 minutes of good football going into this break, because if we don't and they capitulate, it's just going to be 2 weeks or a week or whatever the international break is of just pure Ten Hag hate. And I don't want to see the guy go. I think at the end of the day, I see a style of play coming from him now that he's getting the players that he wants, and the rot is out. Um, as it's been said before, United needed open heart surgery. Well, you just got given open heart surgery. Now it's time to relax for a little bit and get this team rolling. So I can't expect this team to have open heart surgery and then stand up and walk around like nothing just happened. We don't expect that from people. So he needs to be given some time to really get this team going. So with Lenioro coming back, and then the Lit being fit, I think we can really push on this season and shore up that defense, especially with Yagate coming in front of them. So that's what I want to see from this weekend. What about all of you? What do you guys want to see this weekend? Again, it is interactive fan zone. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys want to see this weekend from Manchester United?
Supporters need to stop adding to the toxicity. That's the thing about this club, bro.
Oh,
So I'm seeing
it's
a A lot of people already talking about Ten Hag out. Glenn wrote me talking about I'm delusional and the jury's out on Ten Hag and all this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's the second game of the season, bro. Relax. And look how we lost. It took that for us to lose late in the game. I'm of course I'm not okay with losing, bro. I want to win the game. I think everybody here wants Man United to win every week,
Yeah,
regardless. But it's just not gonna happen every week. It just didn't happen. Brighton has our number, just like how Spurs has City's number every year.
yeah,
Brighton is our Spurs. They do something to us, especially when we go to the Amex. For whatever reason, we cannot survive at the Amex.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Well,
We move on and we make sure we pay it back to them at Old Trafford. But I don't see anything wrong with this. They cannot play like they did this week against on Sunday. 100%. They cannot. It just can't work. But at the same time, to panic and start talking about people on the hot seat or the jury's still out and all this stuff, like, bro, please
yeah,
spare me.
yeah, it's crazy to to see Ten Hag out. What are we gonna do? Just getting another manager and another manager and another manager. People seem to forget that Ten Hag has a better win rate than Sir Alex Ferguson did. It took Sir Alex Ferguson a good 3 years to get a team to even 4 years, should I say, to even get a team to even close to winning the league. So we look at Arsenal, for instance. Geez, Arsenal fans wanted Arteta out in the second season. They finished eighth.
Yep.
They finished eighth. They wanted him out. They wanted him out. They stuck with him, and look what happened when he got his team that he wanted. So I know we spent half a billion on these players, but all of these players haven't played together. You got to clear out the rot like Arteta did. Cleared that out. He got rid of Aubameyang. He got rid of a lot of players. Started to get his own players in, and now look at them. They brought two people this summer, and I honestly think they'll win the league.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be another heavyweight fight between City. I watched City play Ipswich, and look, I was cheering Ipswich on. They scored the first goal. I said, "All right, yes." And then 2 3 minutes later, City scores. About 10 minutes later, it's 3-1. Then towards the end of the game, it's 4. And I'm like, my God, these guys are robots, bro. They're robots. I was arguing with some city girl saying that she thinks Ipswich is gonna go down. I mean, Leicester's gonna be one to go down, and Ipswich stays up, and she gotta be smoking budge. There's absolute
I
no
think I
way.
think Wolves will go down. I do. I think Wolves will go down this season.
I have Ipswich, Southampton, Everton.
Yeah,
That's who I think goes down.
I think it will be Everton. I think it will be Wolves. I think it's gonna be a weird year. I think it will be Everton, Wolves. One of the teams that came up will go down, but I think it will be Everton or Wolves that go down with them.
Yeah, I don't think Everton survives this go round. I just don't think that they're. I don't think they got enough. And you know what? Good for them. You didn't want to sell us Branthwaite. You wanted to play games with that. Well, go enjoy the championship. At least you'll get the parachute payments.
I do want to say
Half those
thank you to
guys are gonna
Everton this
leave.
weekend. I do want to
I'm
say
sorry.
thank you to Everton this weekend because I did put a 4-0 bet, 4-0 win to Tottenham, and thank you Everton. You got me a nice payout at the weekend. So I think Leicester City is going down with Ipswich. I can say honestly, I can see Leicester going down. They haven't been playing very well. Yeah, they got that draw with Tottenham, but they weren't good at the weekend either. Sanjeev saying 2-1 our way this time, hopefully, but we can't read too much into the result. No silly areas would be nice. Absolutely, you know it's a completely different back four than we had last year. Things are gonna happen. The thing, I said this at the beginning of the year. I thought we would get worse before we got better, but I do see a style of play, so I was slightly wrong in that situation, but there's going to be ups and downs this season, but we need to stick with our team. We can't be one of these people that constantly calls for Tenag out every single time we lose a game.
It's just insane. I mean, bro, the vitriol that comes from the fans, bro, is palpable.
It is
People
it's toxic.
people people feel it, and like these players feel it. The manager feel it, the board feel it. That's why we had a board for years that were like triggering transfers that made no sense
Yeah.
because there was just so much outrage from these fans, bro. There's so much, and that's a real thing, bro. Especially in today's social media era, we're as further away as we can be, but also as close as possible to each other.
Yeah.
So like they feel it, bro. They feel it. So the next time you find yourself about to argue with some guy that says Tenag out, just leave it alone. Don't give it no engagement because the more engagement you give it, is the more it's seen and the more people group think. Just can we give the guy at least half a season?
See, I'm one of those people. Is like, okay, you want Ten Hag out. Who are you going to put in right now? Because all the good managers just signed for new clubs.
And they can never tell you, bro.
Yeah,
They can never tell you.
Yeah,
They never have a manager lined up.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone in the chat, if Ten Hag was to leave, let's say he got fired tomorrow, who would you want in as a manager? Because honestly, I don't see anybody out there that can do the job. And the only thing I can think of right now that people are going to put is Ruud van Nistelrooy, and I don't think Ruud's ready to take over. I don't.
Yeah, I had one Arsenal guy I was kicking it with the whole week, well, the whole weekend, and he was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, why would they hire Rude if they thought Ten Hag was a good?" I'm like, bro, they hired him for the striking. For the striking, he's gonna help with the striking, gonna help with the finishing aspect of the game. But at the same time, it's nice to have somebody you can look toward.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, hell, the plan was to keep Ranić in, and then Ranić is gonna get our new manager in. But Ranić got so mad with us and how we weren't doing anything to remedy our issues that he had to go, and the disrespect he was getting from the board.
Yep. He suggested two players, and one plays for Chelsea now, and one just went for 80 million to Atletico Madrid. So we should have listened to him, and I can understand why he left. And now look what he's doing with the Austria team. So I'm looking forward to the weekend. You know, it's a hard one. It's Liverpool, especially in the bar that I go to. This is going to be a whole bunch of Liverpool fans there. There's a whole bunch of Man United fans, so it's going to be a good weekend. We're doing some charity work this weekend. We're doing a bake sale for charity, so
Nice.
I'm looking forward to the weekend. But we need to play well. I can't. But the thing is, though, last year you were right earlier. Last year, we didn't lose to Liverpool once. We beat City in the final after playing some shit games. So, I expect a different turnout. I'm going to expect him to make some changes this weekend. So,
Yeah, I'm not going to the pub this week. I got wasted Saturday for. I mean, I'm talking about the kind of wasted where you're like, man, you're sitting by yourself, really thinking what your next plan should be. And I went to the new pub. The shouts to the brew house in Atlanta, bro. Shouts to brew house. You know what, bro? They had a MULA flag hanging up there. So they're every man's pub, right? As opposed to like the one I normally go to, which I will continue to go to, but the one that I belong to is like specifically Man United fans. Now there will be a sprinkle of fans here and there, but like, I could snap my fingers and those guys would be gone. Now I don't. I don't do it, because I like to slam dunk on them. But if they get kind of crazy, they gotta go, right, Ronaldo? That's not my pub. So I went to the new one. It's really good, but there's fans all over from different places, and I'm not necessarily a fan of that. I really don't. I think it's actually kind of scummy for you to come to a pub to watch a match, right, of a team that you're not a fan of to jeer me. You're not there to watch the match. You're there to see us lose.
Yeah,
I don't do that. I don't care. Once my match is on, I'm watching the game now, and I really don't care if whoever wins or loses. Like, yeah, Liverpool, woo, you got scored against. Cool. When Ipswich scored that first goal, I was going up. But at the same time, I'm not there to see City lose. I don't care. This isn't a City pub. This isn't a well-known City pub, and I'm not the only arse wearing a blue shirt in a sea of red and trying to be different. That part I don't like. But
Brew house was good. The drinks was good. I had steak and eggs. It was great. And shouts to everybody. I will be there back again. And I saw people arguing. I saw Man United fans in there arguing with each other. And I just sat in and I started listening. I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. I just have a YouTube channel and like I'm just interested in hear fans talk about the game.
You
So
need to go
don't
in.
mind me here.
You need to go in and put one of our posters up in there, Mikey. Put
I'm not
a
against
poster
it.
up about our show in the bar.
I need posters.
Yeah.
I,
You got Casey, that sucks. Your bar is infested with scousers. Honestly, Casey, it's not. When it comes time for Man United versus Liverpool, it's about as close as you can get to being at the game as possible you could get. One half of the bar's got Liverpool fans, and one half of the bar's got Man United fans, and we yell and scream at each other during the game, just like you are at the game. You know, the fans, singing the songs at each other. I really enjoy it. At the end of the day, when Man United win, we rinse the shit out of them. When they win, they give us some crap. I really enjoy having it, and we work very well together. We're doing, like I said, we're doing the bake sale as a joint thing this weekend for charity. So, some of our really close friends are Liverpool fans, and at the end of the day, I really enjoy the way it is. Especially this time of year because when Man United are playing, Liverpool are not playing, so they're never in. They don't come in to cheer against us. Um, and we don't go in to cheer against them. So I really enjoy it. So it's close as we can get to being at the actual game. So now,
yeah,
all you LA fans, has anyone seen this bar down in LA? Because this thing looks sick. Have you seen it on the online yet, Mikey?
Yeah, I seen it where it looks like you're on the touch line and
Yeah,
everybody. I thought that was sick, but that's some real LA type stuff right there.
yeah,
That is some real Las. You know what? That's Las Vegas looking stuff right there, like
yeah,
some sphere
yeah,
looking stuff. I think it's cool to view a match that way.
yeah.
But when I mentioned it, the press said, "Hey, we don't shout to the press. That's my press. That is my press. Armani, you are my press." She said, "We don't go there. We go to O'Brien's." I said, "Big up O'Brien's. I go to O'Brien's."
No, I wouldn't mind going to see one game there, but I wouldn't like to go see it every game. But I would definitely like to go and enjoy it at just one game. It's the same people who built the Sphere and the same people who are going to build our stadium. Okay,
It's a sick looking thing, but
it is.
not, not interested. I'm there for the small TV with the wet floors and the people smoking cigarettes in the back, and that one guy that comes in with the club foot. That's what the neighborhood dog that everybody knows, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm there for. That's what I like.
Yeah.
A resident gay dude. Like I love that. You know what I'm saying? That's that I love how different we all are. That's what I go to the pub for, not the damn sphere. But that does look sick, I will say.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before the weekend? Well,
Um,
first off, the biggest shout out for the show tomorrow night. Um, Thursday, hopefully we can come with the deal that Ugate's been done. And maybe an Amrabat type of deal being done. Um, but other than that, anything you want to say before the weekend?
yeah, shout to Casey, man. Ready to see you tomorrow in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Those casual reds. Every day when like Monday will come and I'm like, yeah, we got to do a show tonight. And like, I work, man. I work for a living, and I know you do too. And I get tired, and then I get on, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this stuff. So this is very fun to me. So no real shout out, just saying I'm having a great time.
Before we go, does anyone want to put their predictions in for the weekend?
Oh, let's wait till Thursday for that.
Oh
We still got
yeah,
a little. We're gonna
let's
do a 30 minutes Thursday.
yeah. I forget we got the 30-minute Thursdays. So
Yeah.
yeah, the Thursdays with me and Mikey are going to try and make the show. Last week, me and Mikey said, "Hey, let's make this 30-minute show." Um, but me and Mikey, we like to talk a lot, and it ended up going for an hour.
Yep.
We're gonna try and make the Thursdays a 30-minute show until games start kicking off during midweek. That way we have more to talk about on the Thursdays, especially with the transfer window ending on Friday. So Thursdays are going to be a 30-minute show, um, but it will go back up to an hour once the midweek games start kicking kicking off. Again, no one reached out to us. I'm going to put our email in here, or if anybody on here wants to be on the show that knows us, please reach out. We want to have you guys on our show. No one reached out last time. I know, with the situation, I don't know, with Mikey here, with the situation you're going through. So we're definitely going to have some, co-hosts coming in, when Mikey can't be on. So if you want to be one of those people that wants to come on the show with me, when Mikey can't do it, please reach out. I want as many of you guys to come on and enjoy yourself. I will say this though, Mikey. Sanjeev has been asking me for a little while to come on the show. So here in a week or two, we probably have Sanjeev on.
Yeah, that's cool.
And go from there.
Yeah, I'll shout out to Sanjeev. I like Sanjeev, bro. Yeah, we could do that. It's whatever, man. I'm just happy to like, be able to do this and have like, we're blessed, bro. We're blessed that we have like the equipment and the time and like we have our space in our houses that we could do this stuff. We're very blessed. So I just always like to point that out as like a form of humility, right? Like I'm happy to be here and I'm enjoying the present.
Yeah, Casey, we got to have you on this show.
Yeah, Casey, we'll have you all hooked up to the IV. You can get on this show, man.
Yeah. We'll give you a good mic so we don't hear the beep, beep, beep in the background.
Hey, man, thank you everybody for joining us tonight, man. If you can on the way out, smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit that bell icon so you can hear more. Tell your friends about us. If they want to be on, if they want to say something, drop something, let us know, bro. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night for those casual Reds. Bless up. Up the fucking Reds.
Bye.
Yes, people, what's happening with the main man here? Make sure you're subscribing to the United Fan Zone for your Man United content. Thanks, stuff. Thanks, buddy. Yes, people, what's happening with the main man here? Make sure you're subscribing to the United